James Butler is one of the best basketball players in the world right now, or at least in the playoffs he is. James is not only a fantastically skilled basketball player, but he's incredibly athletic. I recently stumbled across a workout that James posted a few years back. And as a big Heat fan myself, I decided to watch this video to see how an elite athlete and one of the best basketball players in the world trains. Hi, my name is Rios. I have a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. And because I'm here to make fitness great again, I'll be going over James Butler's workout routine. Before I get started with the analysis, if you're looking to become an elite athlete in 120 days, I just launched my 120-day peak athleticism package. Or if you're looking to build an aesthetic athlete physique, I have a 90-day aesthetic body blueprint. Both of these will be in the description.
You say 2 minutes? Yeah. We in Istanbul, we working. That's crazy. For one, we ain't even supposed to be here. But when we is here, we still working. I tell you what.
Before any workout, you want to make sure you're doing a solid warm-up routine, and James does this here. If you watch my content often, you know I always crap on jogging, especially before a workout. But when I say jogging, I mean a moderate intensity jog and not a light jog like James is doing here. For a workout, you don't want to do any moderate or high intensity cardio, and you should be doing low intensity cardio, which is why James here is doing a light jog and not a typical normal jog. You often see soccer players doing the same thing. They warm up with a light jog before their training session and not a stupid moderate intensity jog. James Butler likely did this light jog for about 5 to 10 minutes to increase heart rate, blood flow, and respiration rate so he's ready for his workout and able to perform at his best. I really like this exercise, especially to start off a workout. When choosing exercises for a workout, especially when you have different goals in mind, it's important to select exercises first that will have the least impact on subsequent exercises. In this case, he's doing a reactive agility low plyo exercise, which should come before strengthening exercises, which is great to see. This exercise is very beneficial for James as basketball requires loads of changes of direction. And a huge plus is that there's a reactive component to this drill. A lot of people don't know this, but there's a difference between agility and change of direction, as there is a reactive component to agility. An example of change of direction is a cone drill where you know exactly where the cones are so you know when you're gonna turn. And an example of agility is a soccer player who has to change direction based on where defenders are or if someone is attempting to make a tackle. And in the majority of sports cases, you need very good agility. And basketball is no exception. James will have to adjust his position based on where defenders are, especially when driving to the basket. And when it comes to defense, James will have to react to where his opponent goes, especially if they start and stop or change direction really fast. James later does this drill while landing on one leg, which is key as many activities James will have to do in game, he'll have to land or push off of one leg.
2, go ahead. 3, 4, slow.
So it looks like James is doing an accessory movement here. This exercise is great to help with James's hip mobility. Hip mobility is not only important for performance, but also preventing injuries, especially low back injuries. I mean, just look at Ben Simmons. Injury prevention is so key, especially in the playoffs with how many injuries we see, and losing a key player can make or break a team's series. Playing pain-free will not only lead to James performing much better on the court, but as we've seen with LeBron James, taking care of your body is a great investment to heavily extend your career and the amount of money you're gonna make.
5, 6, 7.
So James is working on his core strength here, and with the addition of resistance bands, it will increase the intensity of this exercise as well as hitting the hip flexors. I've been saying this for a long time. While dynamic exercises like sit-ups and crunches have their place, athletes prioritize core stability because it's the most practical way the abs are used. This is why I always say bodybuilders are weak, because they do weak soy boy exercises and then spam dorky crunches and sit-ups so their core stability is never getting better. Like I said, core stability is incredibly important for athletes, especially basketball players like James Butler. Whether he's on offense or defense, James is getting bumped by other players, so it's important for him to stabilize himself so he can make tough shots or stay in front of his opponent. In order to have a stable core, you need to work on all directions of stability, with the big three being anti-extension, anti-lateral flexion, and anti-rotation, and one that's not trained as common is anti-flexion, as this works on your back extensors. Stability exercises have to be my favorite way to hit the abs, not only because they're great for sports, but they help develop aesthetic abs as well. It's like, why not develop aesthetic abs and athletic abs. When it comes to building an aesthetic physique, abs are incredibly important. I mean, just look at Leon Edwards' abs. But making sure your face looks good is just as important. That's why I'm excited to have Teach Handling as the sponsor of today's video. They help men start and maintain a skincare routine by simplifying the entire process. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system that comes with all the basics. A daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. My favorite part about Teach Handling is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin super easy. Their products that make my skin look and feel better than ever, but you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 7,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers all around the world. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Handling get tons of benefits, including 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your own box, exclusive monthly deals, and free US shipping. And because Teach Handling is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a crazy deal. Just click the link in the description, you'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click the link and get started today. Another core stability exercise. This just shows you the importance of core stability for sports. And again, bodybuilders have trash core stability, which is why they suck at sports. And this time he's working on anti-rotational stability with a Pavlov press variation. The Pavlov press is going to be one of my favorite core stability exercises. The goal of this movement is to press forward while keeping a neutral posture, as a cable or resistance band in this case will be pulling you into rotation. James is also doing an intense split stance variation of this exercise. The split stance Pavlov press provides an additional core challenge as you aim to maintain your center of balance and keep your spine neutral while holding the split stance for the desired number of reps. So clearly James has a crazy strong core.
Second. Go sit high. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. 10. 3, 2, 1. Relax.
So James is doing another core stability exercise, which just shows the importance of core stability in a sport like basketball. While core stability is hit very well in heavy compound movements and carries, adding additional work, especially for a sport like basketball, will only benefit you. So in this exercise, James is doing a side plank to resist lateral flexion and is using a stability ball to make it a little less stable, and his trainer is hitting the stability ball as well. A lot of bodybuilders clown on trainers that do this and be like, oh, this trainer is stupid, why is he hitting the ball? It's just a clown show. I actually really like that he incorporated this. Sports are unpredictable, so you have to be able to react to what you're given. In terms of basketball, you don't know when you're going to get hit or where you're going to get hit, so you need to learn how to react appropriately and maintain stability through all directions. My only criticism of this exercise is when James gets tired, he starts to turn over. But it just shows that this exercise is incredibly challenging, which is a good thing.
Six, got this. 8. Got 2.
So here James is working on his horizontal pushing strength. I wish I could see James's whole workout routine so I could see why exercises are selected and if other movements are incorporated into other workouts. But with the limited information I have, this is a good exercise choice. So like I said, James is working on his horizontal pushing strength here, and he's incorporating resistance bands as well. Using resistance bands changes the resistance profile of the exercise and allows for a more linear increase of resistance. So if you look at the exercise, you'll see that there's less resistance applied at the bottom of the movement. This makes it easier for James to accelerate out of the bottom of the movement and also creates a more rapid stretch shortening cycle. You see a lot of athletes incorporating resistance bands into their workouts because power is so important. And while strength shouldn't be ignored, sport movements occur too fast to produce maximal force, which is why you see a lot of athletes prioritizing power over strength.
3, 4, 5.
So in this exercise, James is doing a split squat with a band just like the bench, and he's having his trainer throw a tennis ball while he's doing the exercise. This exercise will work on leg strength, balance, and hand-eye coordination, with all of these being very important in a sport like basketball. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this exercise, and it's because there's a lot going on here. I feel like there's this illusion that athletes benefit more from these crazy complicated exercises, when a lot of the times the basic foundational exercises do the job. This exercise definitely seems better for hand-eye coordination and balance, because if James wanted to prioritize leg strength here, he would have just done a regular Bulgarian split squat, as that doesn't have the hand-eye coordination and increased balance demand of this exercise. So he'd be able to fully focus and use more weight to work on his leg strength. So again, another core stability exercise. This is pretty crazy. And again, bodybuilders will probably see this and be like, oh, this is an absolute clown show. Just like a side plank exercise, there is a reactive component to this exercise. And as I mentioned earlier, this is very important for his sport. Another thing I really like about this exercise is that he's in a sport-specific stance. He's in a stance very similar to his defensive stance. And I also like that this is a ground-based exercise, as ground-based exercises provide the perfect combo of specificity and instability. Because I preach stability so much, people get confused when I say an exercise is too unstable. This is because too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and you want your exercise to be as sport specific as possible. Because you're not playing basketball on a Bosu ball, you shouldn't prioritize very unstable exercises like this into your routine. So James is balancing his pushing movement with a vertical pulling movement here. I mentioned this in my athlete workout. Athletes need to master all the foundational human movements, which are squat, hinge, lunge, carry, horizontal push, vertical push, and in this case, vertical pull. You can see here that James is only doing 4 reps per set. And you may be thinking that's a very little amount of reps, especially without any external load. This is because, again, James is working more on power and not strength here. When you're looking to increase power, you typically want to stay under 5 reps. But you want to perform each rep as fast as possible. When you see James do a pull-up, it's very fast and explosive. So because he's performing his reps like this, it'll work more on power and not strength or hypertrophy.
You need to see yourself, your head down. Your head goes up, your lower back curves. Keep your head down, long spine, there you go, 1. 2. 5. 6.
How many?
10. 7. 8. 9.
So here James is working on his hinging movement. And again, he's using resistance bands to change the resistance profile of the exercise. Just like the bench press, because there's less resistance at the bottom of the movement, it allows him to complete reps fast as he's able to accelerate out the bottom of the movement.
James, you set me up. Set me up, James.
So for James's last exercise, he does kneeling sliders. This exercise is great to help James with lateral movement, which is especially important for defense. And James is one of the best defenders in the league, so clearly this exercise is working. When you play on-ball defense, you'll primarily be moving laterally, so it's important for basketball players to strengthen these movements, especially because the large bulk of leg exercises done in the gym are done in the sagittal plane. I mean, when have you ever seen bodybuilders do any sort of sidestepping or lateral lunges? Yeah, never. And to be honest, when you go to the gym, you rarely see anybody doing frontal plane leg exercises. Sports is not done in one plane of motion. Sports are done in all 3 planes of motion, so you have to work on all 3, which is why this is a great exercise selection. James is also doing this exercise in a kneeling position, which allows him to get into a deeper position, which will help him with his hip mobility. And that's it for the workout. Besides that balance with the tennis ball exercise, I'm a huge fan of this workout. And I'm assuming James does other workouts that complement this workout to create a full program for basketball. So if I had to give this workout a rating, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. If you want to become an elite athlete in 120 days or get an aesthetic physique in 90 days, remember to check out the respective links in the description. Please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content like this.